Hello, cultured culprits. This is Crimson, and you're watching some Deadly Premonition. Now we're picking up where we left off. What was that there? Anyway, in this mysterious area of many white doors. We had our chat with both Emily and George about how they're weird. Door's not locked, alright. Diane is gone. Nick's in custody and being all weird. Forrest Kaysen is quite the suspect. And that didn't get me anywhere. All these doors seem to lead to other doors. I wonder just how many doors I'm going to have to go through. And why it's so wet here. Run for it! Just keep going to the same direction. Eventually they have to let me out, right? Ignore him! Oh, I can't. Let me guess, they're all locked? Oh, all two of them. Can I go backwards? Well, I wanted to ignore you, sir. But it appears that that cannot happen. Who the hell is this person? I don't know. Oh, it's Mr. Stewart. You can tell because his neck. Oh, Mr. Stewart, I'm going to talk to your behind. Or not.
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter?
So says Mr. Stewart.
I do. It's better than staying here.
Very well then. Off you go, Mr. York.
Was that the whole scene? But I've gotten something different if I... Never mind.
Look carefully, boy. At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
So why did you think Mommy shouldn't exist, Daddy? Why did you think yourself shouldn't exist? Also, just because you shoot them doesn't mean they stop existing. This means that they've been shot. Mommy zombie. Zombie? Zombie. Works. Oh, not this fire noise again. Wow, yeah, sit on Grandpa's lap. And play catch with, I don't know. Do I have a grandson to play catch with when I'm this old? This is awkward and very uncomfortable for me. Don't know why. Goodbye, picture. Your dad must have a heart attack. You hear that heartbeat? It's mine. Forrest Kaysen's been here. Well, that was action music. Goodbye, action music. Are they being attacked by something there? No, I'm waking up in bed alone. On my one pillow. Root beer. Loading screen to that scene, to loading screen again. Hey, I get breakfast. Am I going to talk to my coffee again?
Mr. Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yes. Thank you.
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
Coffee is a vital, investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now.
I'm not very good at getting refills. OR. Renovation starting Monday. Red tags are 2 for 1. Sale, yay. Yellow tags are 60% off.
It says to hurry. And the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R-Y. Hurry to Harry. Looks like the time that he was talking about has come. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit.
Thank you, Coffee Stain.
Polly, I think I'm going to go see Harry today.
Oh, really? He's a little strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here. I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
Of course! Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
Now it's like I'm the one who's hard of hearing. I never even gave her the cup of coffee.
I'll see you later, Polly.
Mr. Morgan! What about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee!
And then I walked away. Oh, and I'm full stats. We need a shave? I look alright. Is that right? Moving on. Hey, Polly, you're magical. Hey, hello, TV. What's the weather gonna be like for today? Raining again? Clouds the whole day. Pay me. To freedom. I like to being trapped in a car for a little bit. We'll make it exciting. Somehow. Crashing into things, maybe. Talking about movies. Reviewing legend worms. They should have had that blue dress as a costume option for her. Oh well.
York, I can't find Thomas. Was he here?
No, I haven't seen him. Have you tried the radio?
I've been trying, but he's not answering.
What about Nick?
No problem with him. He's calmed down a little. He's still saying he didn't do it. Nick said that Thomas disappeared sometime during the night. He kept calling for him, but Thomas stopped responding. I'm a bit worried. George has asked for permission to search for Thomas.
I understand that things have been hard for Thomas, but surely he's just resting at home. But I'm not against looking for him. Tell George that he has my blessing.
Okay. As far as I know, Thomas always calls in when he needs a day off.
We're human, and so we are limited. As far as you know, there haven't been any serial killings here before, right?
That's right, but that's not...
Emily, I'm going to see Harry today.
What? Why? We have plenty of other leads to follow, don't we?
He did invite me over, though. It would be bad manners not to accept.
Are you really an FBI agent? I think the FBI would take a more logical approach to investigations.
But Emily, a serial killer does not stay within the boundaries of logic. Thus, you can't hope to capture such a killer using only logic. That's why I'm going to see Harry. You go with George and find Thomas.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great. Thanks.
And tell him to bring me some biscuits. Although I did just have breakfast.
I was an
and coffee.
idiot for thinking he might be a good pick. I really need to work on my taste in men.
Especially with that face. Expression? Well, Ken confirmed is interested in me. Apparently it's lunch o'clock, and that's my time limit for visiting Harry. Seems like he'll be home for a long time. And she drove all the way out here just to tell me that she couldn't find Thomas. Huh. These cops. Got nothing better to do. All these leads, crazy zombie things happening, man in custody. That's 4 arrows away. Well, we're gonna be riding for a while. Maybe York will have something to say about movies.
Zach, we've ended up with a 3rd victim. That dive I made at the gallery ended up being a wasted attempt to save a life. It's a real mess, Zach.
Dive. When's the last time I made a dive like that? Oh, I remember. Do you? It was in my late teens. We used to go to those concerts. You and I liked punk rock, but we liked different types of punk. You liked hard and heavy punk, like Crash and Sham 69. I liked the more twisted ones, like The Damned, Buzzcocks, Iggy Pop, and Joy Division. We used to talk for hours about the bands we really liked, but for some reason, neither of us listened to the Sex Pistols. I wonder why that was. Seems strange thinking about it now.
Actually, it really does. Back in that era, I mean, how could they have not? They listen to punk. They go to concerts. You're weird, York. Get weirder every time you talk. So another long drive. Hope I get extra for long distance. I hope I'm just gonna just slam on the brakes abruptly in the middle of the road and check the map. Map guide me. Well, no, there we go. Okay, so let's try to follow this in this direction. Okay, we have this major town area with a woman roaming Sigourney. The milk barn with George, Keith, and Lily. Might be worth visiting them on the way. Now if I can just find myself again. That's not my hotel, is it? Ah, it totally is. Where am I? Try this one again. Okay. So, knowing that I'm here and it's not too far over there. Alright, I'm right there. Take this left. Nice easy north. Somehow it all worked out. Never gonna get used to this town. Gotta check the map every time. Although one of these buttons did make... There we go. That's a useful button. We're in a tunnel. Plenty of lights though, it doesn't get dark in this tunnel somehow. That's fine. They build a skylight in there or something. So is it worth visiting anyone here? It's quite the... You guys are having traffic problems without me? Oh, is that a card? Or is it just Sigourney? I might as well have a chat with the crazy lady. She probably can make more sense of this case than I can.
Zach, did you want to go somewhere before we visit Harry? That's fine by me.
We do have a lot of time.
Hey, Sigourney.
I'm glad you're here. My pot. It's getting cold. Please, let's get going.
Could you explain what you're talking about?
What are you rambling on about? My pot's getting cold as we speak. Hurry! Hurry!
Am I driving you
Zach,
somewhere?
I guess we're going to have to drive her home. But I wonder what happens when her pot gets cold.
Well, got roped into this. My own fault. Cancel.
Now, get the car going. My house is over by the lake.
Please don't be really far away.
3, 2, 1, go!
So this is some kind of race? When I have no idea how this town is? 3 yellow triangles away. Alright.
Why aren't we there yet? Could you step on it? If we go this slow, my pot is going to get cold.
Okay, I just hit the gas pedal. And you just got in the car and already asked me...
This is not good. It's losing more and more of its warmth. At this rate, my pot is going to get cold. Hurry! Hurry! Step on it! Why do you have to drive so safely? Can't you see my pot is getting cold? This is not good. It's losing more and more of its warmth. At this rate, my pot is going to get cold. Hurry! Hurry! Step on it! Why do you have to drive so safely?
I crashed into a car. I'm not driving safely, okay?
Cold?
I guess it was close. Don't know why she needed a ride, though.
Oh, thanks to you, my pot is still warm.
I'm glad to hear that.
Don't get so excited, will you? Keep your voice down.
What, are you going to tell me a secret?
The pot knows everything. Here's all. If you can't find the person you are looking for, you need to look at things from a different angle. There is only one truth, but more than one is always visible. Like cooking a stew. Mix things in and wait for it to boil together. Just make sure it doesn't get burnt. And keep an eye on it. You have to gently mix it sometimes and wait until it's ready. Listen carefully. The best stew is a stew that is boiled slowly.
Well, that told me nothing, but hey, I got your card.
My pot is getting cold again. Did you have to talk so long? Oh.
You were talking to yourself. Cold pot 1. Oh joy. We get to do this again later? Bonus for card, extra for side mission. Yeah. Can I get in at super speed while running? Not quite. Well, it didn't take too much time. That's a side quest, kind of like a race. Or time trial, I guess. Only hit a car along the way. That is a horrible parking job, sir. Right in the driveway of whatever. I guess that's a house. It's not red and glowy, so no one lives there, apparently. Pull it out. Don't need blinker, I'm a cop. There we go.
You know what? There was one band that we both liked.
We went all the way to New York to see them play. Right, Zach?
It took us hours to get to New York by bus. We got to the CBGB and we were so nervous we couldn't go inside.
It took us 30 minutes to gather enough courage to go inside. And inside, we were shocked. Right, Zach?
I'll never forget that feeling. It was like a blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg bop. The Ramones. That song still makes me feel good. And that's a sign of a classic. But it's amazing I got in without being asked for ID. Those were the good old days. Rock and roll high school and Chinese rock. Sheena is a punk rocker and surfing bird. And I was so depressed when I heard the news of the deaths. Original punk is one of the greatest gifts left from the 20th century. Let's hope they're still rocking on wherever they are.
I can get behind the Ramones. So where was Lily? In the milk barn. Got it. Alright, George. Let's run you over. See how it goes. Now I wanna have that chat with Lily before things go bad. We're right here, plenty of time. Think it's worth giving a shot. Well, I wish I could run George over. Come on. Come on, car, you can do it. Ah. It's not gonna let me. Well, George, it's the thought that counts. Let's just pretend I ran you over, alright? And somehow my car is over here now. Thomas hasn't come here, nor to Jim's place either. He mentioned he didn't know how to handle Becky and Diane's deaths. They died right in front of his eyes. I know. Even though I was going to lose my mind after Diane's death. Even I thought I was going to lose my mind after Diane's death. I can read. Okay. Sometimes. If there's enough light. The sun isn't in my eyes. Hey, Keith. Coca. Gum.
Hey, bro!
Just call me FBI, huh? Rockin' stuff, yeah. I heard you have everything here. I tend to forget what we got. I was getting in trouble because my list isn't all that's supposed to be. From any reason you don't like my list, I'm cool, You can always ask Lily. Her list is always perfect. I'll keep that in mind. If you want to buy something, sure. Ooh, I near the suit. Yes. Deep blue. Found a lot of blue. Spiritual map. Huh. Something to do with money.
Hey man, the spot on the map is called Cope's Tunnel. It's one of a couple of places in town where, like, spooky stuff happens. I'll tell you a story, okay, man? But, don't go spreading it around. The spirits, they don't like publicity. Back when this place was a lumber kingdom, you know, the rockin' 80s, that tunnel was the main connection from the lumber yard to this town. Every day, huge trailers would like come in and out. Lots of traffic, dude. Of course, some people were like all up in arms. Save our nature, stop pollution, you know. Big business was pushing in here from all over the US of A. Everyone was bickering over the forest. So some of the town people got even more worked up, you know? They started a protest inside the tunnel itself. I guess maybe that was the start of all the bad times.
Bad times.
Oh yeah, man. Rough stuff and heavy times, man. The conservationists and the lumber workers faced off with each other. Neither side was backing down, and that made things worse. Amid all this chaos, there was a man and a woman who got engaged. Problem was that the man was a lumberjack, and the woman, she was a tree hugger. They rarely ever fought, but then, one morning, they had a lover's quarrel. People think that her love of nature clashed with his profession. But we'll never know what they really were fighting about that morning. The man shouted. He called her an idiot. And then he stormed out and went to work. If only he had known, that would be the last word he would ever say to her. When he finished his work for the day, he got in his car and drove home. When he got to the tunnel, he saw lantern lights glowing faintly. Those fools, not again. He just thought they were protesting in the tunnel again. And to scare them a little, he decided to speed up. He probably thought they'd all scatter so he wouldn't hit them, but the lights didn't move. In fact, one came toward him. A second later, there was a thud, and the lantern flew up into the air. He slammed on his brakes, too late, of course. Then, totally freaked, climbed out to see what had happened. I don't need to tell you who he hit, do I? What's more, in her mangled hand, there was a letter to the head of the lumber mill. A peaceful settlement offer. The woman had no other relatives other than the man. And the lumber mill took no responsibility for the accident. It was going out of business anyways.
What happened to the man then?
No one saw him again. Some say he killed himself, or simply just vanished. You know, he might still be in the tunnel, weeping over his lost love. So now, some folks say there's a ghost of a young man that haunts the tunnel. I told you it was called Cope's Tunnel, right? Well, check this out. Some people call it Corpse Tunnel now. You better be careful, Mr. FBI, if you go down there by yourself.
Side quest map. Go. Cancel. Okay, I guess we'll buy other side quest map, listen to your other spooky story. Although, man, why? It was so tragic. He was driving his car to try to run over people, and then he ran over someone. Yeah, spooky.
Hey man, this map shows a station along the abandoned extended lines track. Now that was a busy place back when the lumber trade was big. No one goes near it now, you know. It's like a train graveyard. On top of that, some folks say they've even seen ghosts there. I don't mean one or two ghosts, man. I mean like hundreds. Every now and then, a golden opportunity comes along. Like a chance to leave home for a while and earn a lot of money. There were plenty of them at the end of the 80s. The lumber mill was severely short-handed, so they called in a lot of outside workers. But the place was failing, and indeed it died before most of the poor guys got there. So there was like a load of labor workers that had nowhere to go. No place to work, no way to get back to where they came from. A fair amount of them decided to live on the train they had rode in on. I guess that must have been hard living on a train car that ain't moving.
What kept them in town?
Ah, now, the head of the lumber mill had been lying to them. Wait just a little longer, we'll have work for you soon, you know, that kind of thing. He was just a lying scumbag. No way to rock, man. But lies, they only last so long. With each day that passed, those unemployed guys got more angry. But then, something happened. And the timing for it was incredible. The rail car they were spending the night in, just happened to catch fire, with all them inside it.
Incredible timing indeed.
Oh yeah, but the police couldn't find any evidence to pin it on anyone. They didn't have all those gadgets and stuff you guys got now. And the police were annoyed the unemployed guys were causing trouble. Nothing happened to the head of the lumber mill. It made the news as an accident. But the rumor says that a large number of those boys are still living in that train car, unaware that they're dead. You better be careful, Mr. FBI, if you go down there by yourself.
You have to have that spooky laugh at the end of all your stories? Alright. Well, bought 2 maps. Anything else spooky to sell me? Root beer, smokes, crackers, chocolate bar. Nice. Ah, legend worm. Alright. Well, thanks for your time, bro. I guess I'll rob you while I'm here. Ah. Rickoch? Alright, so after those spooky stories of long-timiness, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. My hat is off to you.